John David Washington.
Hello.
Welcome back to The Daily Show.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be back.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since you've been here. I think it was maybe 2019.
Yeah.
It was Black Klansman at the time.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you have just ascended consistently and constantly. Tenet, phenomenal. Absolutely for the parts that we could understand, because some of it... Like, let me ask you that. Before we get into what you're doing now, like, did you guys know what was... Because I love the movie.
Oh,
I genuinely, I love all of Christopher Nolan's films.
Same.
And I watch it again. I watched this first time to enjoy it, second time to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
But then there's like parts where people, and then you guys run and so when you guys are in the scene, can you hear each other? Do you know what's happening?
I don't listen. Christopher Nolan's always watching, so I'm gonna say yeah, totally. You totally was in control, knew everything. I knew every plot point. I knew everything that was going on.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted. Do you understand the movie when you're in the movie? Like when you're doing the stuff and backwards is happening to you, and because you're convincing. I didn't watch it and go, John David Washington doesn't know what's happening here.
Yeah. You believe me.
I believed you.
Oh, thank God. That means I did a good job.
You did an amazing job.
You did an amazing job. I mean, honestly, there was a lot of training that went into it.
Yeah.
So the physicality of it, learning how to fight backwards,
right?
Blink backwards, walk backwards, all that stuff. I mean, there was like backwards fighting school we went to.
No way.
So we trained for like a month and change. And so once I got it into my body, I felt it was actually helping me understand the plot a little more and opening up the world and the possibilities of what Christopher Nolan was trying to.
That's probably why you were so good at it.
So thank you.
I feel like you're good at everything because of just you immerse yourself, you know.
Go in.
You know, in Ballers you were amazing. One of my favorite parts of the show. But then I found out you played football.
I did.
In college, I was like, that's cheating. I didn't know that.
But I'm nothing like that guy.
No,
Ricky Jerry, we are not alike at all.
But still,
it don't count. I mean,
but still,
it's acting, brother. Oh my God.
You immerse yourself in your roles in a really powerful way. I mean, it's why you get accolade after accolade. People love seeing you on the screen. But now you're moving into Broadway, which every actor has said across the board is terrifying.
Oh my goodness!
Why would you do this?
It's a full contact sport. I wanted to challenge myself. It was about trying to test my abilities. You know, trying to grow as an artist. I wanted to keep searching, and I dove head in. You know, I was going for it. I felt like the words of August Wilson would lead me to the promised land. There was a character that I really loved and enjoyed every time I read it.
Wow.
And so just wanting to explore and see how far I can go with my abilities and what I can learn. I feel like I'm in grad school, really, you know, with LaTanya Jackson, our leader, our director, and Sam Jackson, who originated the role. He played Boy Willie in 1987. So here I am with him every night, and he's playing the Uncle Doka role now, but I'm looking at him across the stage like, I know you originated this role. I'm doing my best, Unc. You know, but it was a way that, and he's been so supportive in seeing just the entire cast. You know, so it's been a great learning situation for me, and it's been life-changing, really, what I'm learning.
I can't imagine how surreal that must be for you, because, as you said, Samuel L. Jackson originated the role, right? His wife is directing it. She's making her directorial debut on Broadway, right? So this is like a family affair, but it's legends only. And then you're playing the role that he originated across from him, but he's now playing the uncle. And it's this really fascinating story on multiple levels about a family arguing about an heirloom, you know. And I don't want to spoil it for people, but it really is the question of, you know, what does a family need to keep in order to maintain themselves as a family, and can they let go of those things and still respect where they come from? It feels pertinent to you on a personal level as well as a character, because you know, you grew up around Samuel L. Jackson, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I've re-examined the word inheritance, you know, and learning how to work hard for something, learning how to act, I think, is something that I feel like I've inherited in a way. And through this process, learning how to make choices on stage, how to immerse yourself in the role, and to just the work ethic, you know, it's something that you can learn. You can learn how to work hard, you know, and that's what I've been discovering a lot in this process.
Would you say being on Broadway is harder than being on film? Or let me ask it to you differently: what are the harder aspects of doing Broadway, you know, as opposed to being on camera?
It's harder than that. It's every night, different crowds. You know, you got to deliver. Sometimes, we get 2 shows on Wednesday, 2 shows on Saturday. So you have to deliver sometimes twice a day.
Wow.
And and you have to be on it. You have to have the same energy every night. You know, and it's not like you can yell cut and let me start that over, crowd. Let me wait. There's none of that happening. You got to go. They are waiting on you. You got to go. So it's something that I think it builds you up. To me, I have more courage in trying things when I get back to film because of this experience.
You've always talked about how you were reticent when it came to getting into acting. You had this idea of like your father is Denzel Washington. I mean, this is one of the greatest actors who has ever lived on this planet, right? One of the greatest to ever do it. Yeah. And then you step into the game, and you've always said you didn't want to at first. You're like, this feels like a burden. But everyone can agree, you've stepped into it, you've made it your own. You still have characteristics that remind us of your dad because you are his son. But what's that journey been like for you? In finding your own, but also accepting your heirloom that like the piece that you've inherited from him.
I'm finding it. With every project. Spike Lee helped me find my identity. Christopher Nolan helped me find my identity. This play, in so many ways, is helping me find my identity. What my process even is. And what. Like different power spots on stage and how I relate to characters and what my way in is. All those things I'm discovering on my journey. Right. And the support I've gotten from the directors I just named have been, just so important for my growth and for my confidence. And the support I've gotten from my family, I no handouts. I've been working very hard. I've worked very hard on this play, and I'm proud of what we're doing with it.
You see it. You can tell when somebody's passionate and when they work beyond where they ever thought they could. You always put the effort in. It always comes across. The play is also fascinating. It's a great story that is being told by great people, great actors, a great director. And one thing that surprised me about the play is that it's also, as the director herself says, it's like this is also a ghost story.
Yes.
And I found myself thinking in life, there are 2 types of ghosts. The ghosts that we carry, almost like and then there are like ghosts.
Yeah. That actually.
No, you know what I mean. There's like ghosts.
Yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Absolutely. Yeah. Halloween's always. I love Halloween, but I definitely sleep with the light on around this time of year. So I don't mess around. I don't play with that ghost stuff. It's real. What I'm saying?
You superstitious like that?
Yep. Yep. Yes, I am. Like put that night light on. I believe in ghosts, and but it's also it's this play. Yes, it's a ghost story. It's also incredibly funny. It's got a lot of humor in it. August Wilson is a genius.
Yes,
and it's loaded with family situations and dynamics that are universal, not just the African American experience, but a universal experience and family arguments. Nephew and uncle dynamics,
right.
sister and brother things. So there's so many things and so many themes in this story that are relatable. Which is what I love about it.
I think it's relatable. I think it's a continued celebration of Black excellence in Broadway, which we've seen in everything from slave play, through to Strange Loop, through to like all
Top
of the
Dog, Underdog.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great time.
It's really been growing, and it's a great time. And I'll recommend everybody go and watch it, because when will you ever get the opportunity to be almost this close to John David Washington and Samuel L. Jackson at the same time? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. Great seeing you again. John David Washington, everybody.